Hello, YouTube. Hello, YouTube family. This is your boy J Hud with another late night video. Well, it's 11:30. Hope everybody had a good day and everybody's just laid back, relaxed, peaceful in their jammas. That's pajamas, that is. If people don't know what that means, jammas. Watching TV or just strolling through YouTube. I'm just gonna be talking a little bit about knowing who you are. We need to know who we are as individuals. And we need to understand that the decisions we make in our youth will determine our future. And by saying that, I mean, all my life I have made bad decisions. Bad decisions. Into, live the life of crime, go to jail, try drugs, be in different relationships instead of making the one work, choosing the streets over my son, having anger issues, you know what I'm saying? And just not caring and thinking that is supposed to be because I'm a black male in a society that don't care about black people. All them decisions I made, were the wrong decisions. And I had to pay for that as I got older because it took me to the age of 50 or 48, 49, something like that, to understand what life is supposed to be about and how I'm supposed to live as a human being, as a productive member of society, how I supposed to have been there for my children, how I supposed to have worked, saved my money, seen my kids off to college, been faithful and committed to that family life, to that working life. And I chose the streets instead of. And that's what I be trying to get across to the younger generation. The choices you make as a young man or a young woman will dictate your future. That's why I'm where I'm at the age of 54. Just finish up school and try to get back into the working field, which is going to be hard. It's not impossible, but it's going to be harder for me because of my age. People rather hire somebody half my age to do the job because they might be quicker on their feet, physically. You know what I'm saying? When you get older, things happen. Your body deteriorate. You're not quick as you used to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I'm going to have to deal with, but that's why I try to tell the younger generation, it's good to be responsible now because you'll reap the benefits as you get older. Because if you sit around and just running around in the streets, you're not building up no credit for yourself. You're not building up your education. You're not making sure your health is up to par by going to your monthly, your yearly checkups at the hospital with a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Most of these young kids don't even go to the hospital to get checkups. They don't even know if they're healthy. And that's a big issue in our community because sometimes you could be sick and you could be just living with something in your body that's dormant, and then boom, when it hits you, it's to correct. Your health is important. Going to the doctor is important. Making the right decisions in life while you're young is important. Getting the education is important. You got some of these young boys out here, man, that they just think that the world is one big party. They don't have no responsibilities. They don't pay no bills. They living with their parents at 20, 21, 22, 23, and as they get up into their 30s, some of them still living with their parents, not paying one bill, not waking up to go to work, go to school, nothing, but just waking up to go hang out with their boys and hang around in the streets. And even if you're hustling and making money, yeah, that's good for now, but that's not going to get you nothing when you get older, when you get in your 40s and your 50s. Because what are you going to do when that runs out? Eventually your parents move on, or they pass, or they just say it's time for you to go. Now you're living with a girl. She's paying all the bills. Everything's in her name. And you're just living with her. And you make a career out of doing that, living with other people without no responsibilities, until one day that female wakes up and say, you got to go. Now you're out here, you're getting older, so the streets has passed you by because it's a younger generation that come after you. Now they got the streets, so you're too old to keep up now because you're older, so you're not getting the respect you were getting when you were younger. So now times are getting harder. You don't have an education to fall back on. You don't have a career to fall back on. All you know how to do is sell drugs and hustle and hang in the streets. But as you get older, that deteriorates and you can't do that no more. And you done been to jail so much, so you have a record. So now you're stuck trying to stay with different people because you weren't responsible as a teenager. And that's why I try to stress to these young people today, it's important to work, to get your education, to make sure you're healthy, because this stuff is going to determine your future. Some people sit back and say, I'm still young. I got time. How much time, first of all, on this earth? So saying I got time is not true, because only God knows how much time you got. And if he do bless you with time for you to get in your 40s and 50s, you're going to be 40 or 50 years old with no kind of responsibility, with no kind of skills, how to pay bills, how to budget your money, how to save money. You know, these are things that we supposed to do as we growing up, as we getting taught these things by our parents or by siblings or whoever. Try to latch on to somebody that can show you the way or try to help you, not tell you what to do, but just give you a blueprint on what to do. Because believe me, young people, and even the parents out there now, teach your children how to do these things. It's not about being their friends. It's about being their parents, telling them when they're wrong, trying to show them how to do what's right. Sit down and help them with their homework. If they don't want to go to school and they're acting up in your household, you have to come up with some kind of constructive way to correct that behavior. You can't just let it go on and go on, because if you do, you're selling your kids short on life. You know, because as parents, you're going to go through things with your kids. It's not going to be easy sometimes, because when they get to that rebellious stage, some people just give up, but you shouldn't give up. Even if you have to try to get that help, get it. Sometimes that even means putting them somewhere, Job Corps or whatever. Do it if it's going to save their lives. Don't let them just die out here thinking that it's cool to be in the streets and do nothing but hang around and sell drugs or do robberies and don't have nothing to fall back on when they get older. It's a process, but it's worth it. If I would have made better decisions, who knows where I might be right now? I can almost guarantee I wouldn't be sitting here struggling at 54, with little to no income, living in the inner city, struggling just to pay my bills every month. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not ashamed of that. I tell it because I chose that way. I chose that path. I did that to myself. I made those decisions. You know how bad it hurts me when I see people I went to school with and graduate with that own their own businesses, got 2 or 3 houses, traveling every year. And I said, you know what? Them the people I should have hung around in school. But, I was the cool one in class and they was the nerds. Well, I wish I was a nerd today. Because today, all the nerds that I went to school with are doing so good. They so blessed. And I'm blessed to have life. But my decisions has cost me dearly, and I regret it every day. And God put on my heart to say, you know what? You have to tell people this. You have to let people know it was the choices that you made that put you in your situation. And that's what I decided to do. When I was one day, I've been had the YouTube page since like 2013, but I didn't get up there until 2018, I think. The end of 2018, that's when I made the page and started making videos. And because God put it on my heart, like, you got to tell people these stories. You got to do something to try to help other people so they might can hear your story and maybe they can want to change the way they're living and make better decisions before they get up there in age. And so that's what I dedicated. That's what I dedicated myself to. And because of the situation with my daughter being killed and, me going back and forth in and out of jail, struggling with drug addiction, that opened my eyes to say, James, you have to do something to show people that the streets is a losing game. And so that's what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying. I hope you people can. I hope you people out there can support me, have a heart. You know what I'm saying? Watch my videos, share my videos, like the video, and subscribe to the channel, because I'm gonna continue to give this positive message on life, on how life's supposed to be lived. I'm not an expert, but I know a little bit of something. Well, I can say I am an expert growing up in the streets and living life the wrong way. So I was an expert on that. I did that to the fullest. I fucked my life up to the fullest in the streets. And so now I'm trying to show people or tell people about making better decisions as a youth or as a teenager or a young adult, so you don't have to struggle as much as me and a whole lot of other people have struggled. Like, my struggle is not unique. It's millions of us out here. And I wish more people would have the heart to talk about the struggle instead of trying to glorify jail life or drug life and thinking that's cool. And then you have people that sit back and follow them and say, oh yeah, man, I respect you. You're an OG because you did this or did that to other people. You harmed your own people. No, respect somebody that's trying to tell how they failed in life, how they did some things wrong, and how they trying to change. That's what I respect. I respect the man today of being a man who pays his bills, who takes care of his family, who has respect for his wife, has respect for his children, has respect for his respect society. Not trying to hurt society, not trying to hurt each other, being a real friend. And when I say a real friend is somebody that's going to tell that person when they're wrong, and they're not going to ride with them because they know they're wrong. And if that person gets mad and want to talk about, then that's not really your friend anyway. I want friends that's going to tell me when I'm wrong, that's going to help me if I don't know something. They're going to try to show me the right way. And that's the type of friends you want in your life. You surround yourself with real people. Once you get a certain age, a lot of stuff should end in your life. And it should be about growth and development. And that's what it's about for me today. And with that, I'm going to end this video, y'all. Until tomorrow, I hope everybody have a good night's sleep, prosper, and stay healthy and clean away from the coronavirus. So prayers for everybody and their families, the ones that might have contracted the virus. I hope you get better soon. And for those that didn't contract it, I hope you just continue to stay clean, wash your hands, cover your mouth, all them things that you need to do. And if you're showing any kind of symptoms or fevers or coughing, please get checked out. You don't want to just sit back and wonder. It's your boy J Hud. I'm out.